People put in ovens, entire families kidnapped, Christians and Alawites executed. These horrifying reports come to RT from the town of Adra, north of the Syrian capital, which has been occupied by Islamist rebel groups. At least 100 people are said to have been massacred by the rebels, but as the Syrian army continues to liberate the city, that number is expected to rise. Our crew spoke to some of the survivors.
When dawn was breaking over Adra, the El Nusra Front and the Army of Islam gave a signal for their fighters to attack. They came in hundreds, making use of bad weather and the element of surprise over government forces. After fierce fighting with the Syrian army, the rebel factions achieved their objective, with the city soon falling into the hands of those who the residents of the city have dubbed the decapitators.
A friend of mine told me that he claimed he was insane in order to save his life and avoid the militants. They believed his story and let him go. He also said his children have been emotionally scarred from the savage acts they have seen on the road between their house and the places where the fighters gathered. People's heads were chopped off and the bodies thrown all over the road.
Slaughter everywhere. The eldest was only 20 years old. He was slaughtered. They were all children. I saw them with my own eyes. They killed 14 people with a machete. I don't know if these people were Alawites. I don't know why they were slaughtered. They grabbed them by their heads and slaughtered them like sheep.
Adra, an industrial town, is inhabited by thousands of workers and their families, who were all trapped when the fighters surrounded the town. Details of what happened there are still uncertain. We've only had leaks about massacres that have been described as the most gruesome since the start of the Syrian crisis.
Civilians told us that the workers of an Adra bakery were all executed and burned during the first hours of the attack. Whole families were massacred. We do not have an exact estimation of the number because we are unable to get into the town, but the number is high.
Syrian army commanders in the region decided to besiege the town and protect civilians by isolating them from areas where fighting is ongoing, a move seen necessary by the military, whose operation is not expected to be an easy one. Abu Taleb, Abu Haya, RT.